Have you ever felt like you constantly at odds with the people you supposed to be closest to? Maybe it's your siblings, your coworkers, or even your friends. It's frustrating, right? It feels like you're all pulling in different directions, and nothing gets accomplished. Well, there's a timeless story that speaks directly to this, a lesson that has echoed through centuries, and it starts with a frustrated father and his quarreling sons. Imagine a household filled with constant bickering. That was the reality for a certain father and his sons. Day in and day out, they argued. No matter what he said, no matter how much he pleaded for peace, his words fell on deaf ears. The tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. He knew he had to do something drastic, something visual that would sear the lesson into their minds forever. He realized that words alone weren't working. He needed a powerful, unforgettable demonstration. One afternoon, after a particularly nasty fight, the air in the house was heavy with resentment. Each son sat alone, stewing in his own anger. This was the moment. The father called one of his sons over. "Go," he said, "and bring me a bundle of sticks." The son, confused but obedient, went out and returned with a tightly bound bundle of branches. The father took the bundle and one by one handed it to each of his sons. "Try to break it," he commanded. The first son, the strongest of the lot, took the bundle. He gripped it tightly, his muscles straining. He pushed it against his knee, grunting with effort, but the bundle wouldn't even bend. He passed it to the next son, who tried with all his might, his face turning red with exertion. Still nothing. Each son tried and each son failed. The bundle of sticks, united together, was unbreakable. They looked at their father, confused and a little embarrassed by their failure. Then, the father did something simple. He untied the cord that held the sticks together. The bundle fell apart into a loose pile of individual branches. He picked up a single, slender stick and handed it to his youngest son. "Now, break this," he said. The boy took the stick and, with a small snap, broke it easily over his knee. The father then handed out the rest of the sticks, one to each son. Snap, snap. One after another, the sticks were broken effortlessly until none were left. The room fell silent. The sons looked at the pile of broken twigs on the floor and then at their father, the lesson finally dawning on them. The father's voice was soft but firm. "My sons," he began, "do you see? When you were all trying to break the bundle, you couldn't. The sticks were bound together, supporting each other, making them strong. But when they were separated, they were weak and easily broken." He looked each of his sons in the eye. "It is the same with you. If you stand together, if you agree and help one another, you will be like that bundle of sticks. No enemy, no challenge, no misfortune will ever be able to break you. You will be invincible. But if you are divided, if you quarrel and fight among yourselves, you become like those single sticks. You will be weak, vulnerable, and easily defeated by the first hardship that comes your way." This simple story, often told as one of Aesop's fables, carries a profound truth. In unity is strength. It's a message that applies to every aspect of our lives. Think about it. In our families, when we support each other, we can weather any storm. A family that communicates, that lifts each other up instead of tearing each other down, creates a fortress of love and security. When siblings stop competing and start collaborating, they become each other's greatest allies for life. The same is true in our workplaces. A team that is divided by gossip, ego, and internal competition is inefficient and fragile. Deadlines are missed, projects fail, and morale plummets. But a team that is united by a common goal, where members trust and support one another, can achieve incredible things. They can innovate faster, solve problems more creatively, and overcome obstacles that would crush a fractured group. Each person's individual strengths combine to create a collective genius. It even applies to entire communities and nations. When people focus on what divides them, society becomes weak and vulnerable. But when we focus on our shared humanity, on our common goals for a better future, we become an unstoppable force for good. We can tackle huge problems like poverty, climate change, and injustice. We become stronger, safer, and more prosperous together. So how do we apply this ancient wisdom to our modern lives? It starts with a choice. A choice to put aside our ego and listen. A choice to offer a helping hand instead of a critical word. A choice to see the person next to you as a partner, not a rival. It means recognizing that your strength is multiplied, not diminished, by the strength of others. The next time you find yourself in a conflict, Whether it's a small disagreement with a friend or a major dispute at work, remember the bundle of sticks. Ask yourself, are we stronger together or apart? Are we building each other up, or are we setting ourselves up to be easily broken? The story teaches us that our greatest power lies not in our individual might, but in our ability to unite. It's a simple lesson, but it has the power to transform our relationships, our careers, and our world. So let's choose to be the bundle. Let's choose to tie ourselves together with cords of respect, support, and a shared purpose. Because when we stand united, we are truly unbreakable. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that aims to inspire and unite. Let me know in the comments how you plan to build more unity in your life. See you next time.